Prime Day 2025 is right around the corner, and there's a lot of things that you need to know right now to get prepared for the 2025 Prime Day. You might be thinking, that seems like forever away. Well, really, we're in mid-May right now, and we anticipate that the 2025 Prime Day on Amazon is going to be in early to mid-July. So one of the biggest dates that is coming up is June 2nd. You need to know all about June 2nd for two huge reasons that has to do with deals and Prime Day eligibility. Let's get into it on this video. Okay, first and foremost, if you want to run a deal, let's say a best deal or a lightning deal, and you want that to be eligible during the Prime Day window, you must submit that deal no later than June the 2nd, 2025. Again, I'm recording this in May, so that's only a couple of weeks away. That's why it's very important that we get this out to you right away. Now, when you choose a deal like a best deal or a lightning deal, and you click the box that says, I want this to run for Prime window, they're not telling you what the Prime window is because, as always, they like to hype it up with the press, and Amazon doesn't like to tell us when the actual Prime Day event is going to be until right closer. We do know that it's coming up most likely in July. Also, I want to add that I've made a video earlier on this channel that talks about the difference between a best deal and a lightning deal. The best deal lasts longer. The lightning deal is a very hit in and out quick deal. Okay, you can watch that video. We'll link to it here in the screen where you can see it. You can click over and watch that some other time. We'll also link to that in this video description notes so you can click over there and see that easily. But let's get into June the 2nd. Number one, June the 2nd is important because that's the deadline to submit deals for the Prime Day coming up. But even more important, June the 2nd is the day when yet once again, as we've experienced over and over so far over the last couple of years, Amazon is raising the cost of what it costs to participate in deals. It's been a year of nothing but increase. All that started out with Amazon telling us almost in a laughable manner they weren't going to raise our fees this year, which was absolute total baloney. They're raising them, and they're raising them significantly if you want to participate in deals. Let's take a quick look at what that looks like. All right, if you're trying to run a deal anytime between right now and June the 1st, everything's going to be the same. I'm running a best deal right now. That deal cost me $300. It's running for the entire week. Already seeing a great sales lift off that. We just finished a best deal 2 weeks ago for a client, and amazing return on that. All right. So if it's a non-peak day, which means it's not during Prime Day, it's not during one of the Prime big sale events, Cyber Monday or Black Friday. If it's non-peak, then for right now, it's still $300 for the best deal or $150 for the lightning deal, which is a much shorter duration period. All right. So none of that changes. Now for Prime Day, it's $1,000 to run that best deal, or $500 for lightning deals, and that's the same for all the big events. Okay, $1,000 for the best deal, $500 for the lightning deal. But that actually ends June the 1st, and the new pricing kicks in on June 2nd. So, like I said, the bad news is they're raising the rates on us and making it more expensive yet again. The good news is, if you're actually participating in the deals for events, the fee isn't really changing at all. But for non-peak periods, if you're running the deal, it's now going to be more expensive. Let's take a look at that. So it's going to cost you $70 per day that you run the deal. You get to set the duration of the deal, $70 per day, plus a variable fee of 1% of the sales on that ASIN or ASINs that are generated, and they cap that at $2,000. Now, if you're running this during peak times like the Prime Day coming up, you won't have to worry about that variable fee. It's just going to be the flat fee of $1,000 for a best deal or $500 for a lightning deal. I want to go over a few examples that we have here in Amazon's help document just to kind of make everything real. Let's say in example number 1 that, and this is after June the 2nd, okay? This is when the new pricing kicks in. So June 2nd, again, is huge because A, it's the deadline for you to have all your deals submitted if you want them eligible for the Prime Day window in July of 2025. And number 2, any deals you get in before June 2nd have the old pricing. Any deals that you submit that begin June 2nd or later will have this new pricing. So in example 1 here, you see that we're going to run this deal for a duration of 14 days. And that's going to cost us an upfront fee of $70 times 14 days. 70 times 14 is $980. You see that in the total upfront fee here, right? All right. Now, during that 14-day window, we do $4,200 in sale, total deal sales, and Amazon's going to take 1% of that, which is $42. Remember, that cap goes up to $1,000, so the cap is at $2,000, so we're only having an extra $42 there. So if we add the $42 onto the $980 that we're already spending, our total investment during that spend is $1,022. That's just to make the deal happen. That's not counting, the discount amount that you're putting on the deal. All right. Example number 2, another non-peak day. We're only going to run this thing for 3 days. So it's only $70 times 3, which is $210 in total upfront deal variable fees. We only did $900 on that one, and 1% of that is $9. So you have a total deal fee of $219. And finally, let's take a look at example number 3. We're going back similar to the one that we did in example number 1. $70 times 14 is $980, but this was a mega deal, right? We generated $250,000 in sales during this 14-day period. All right, Amazon's going to take 1% of that, which is $2,500, but they cap it at $2,000. So the most that we have to pay is $2,000 plus the $980 upfront fee. So we paid $2,980. That's how it works, okay? And it all comes up on June the 2nd. June the 2nd is when you have to have your deals submitted for the Prime Day window, and it's also when the new pricing kicks in. I want you to check out that video I mentioned earlier. It kind of goes into more detail about best deals and lightning deals, and maybe you need help with this. You're not quite sure how to do this, how to set those things up. We're always here to help you. Check out the link in our bio. You'll go to eComCatalyst.com where you can request a consultation at any time. Hey, thanks so much for watching, and good luck. Happy selling.